Well, guys, it's finally here. The Thomas reboot has leaked onto the internet, and it's something. This is going to be an off-the-cuff review of the first episode from what I've seen on YouTube, and I'm just going to kind of talk about it a little bit. It's something. Now, I'm going to get straight out of the way here. It's fine. This is a show that is currently made for toddlers and toddlers only. And us, we have to accept it. It's at the end of the day, it's fine. The show is not made for us anymore. I mean, I guess it never really was. It was made for all ages, but it's made for kids, and it's made to grow the brand for younger kids. Whether we agree with that or not means nothing. This is what they're doing, and all that matters is that kids and toddlers like it. So I'm not going to sit here and bash and say that it's terrible, they need to go back to the way it was, because who knows? I just struggle right now. It just kind of stinks, but there are 24 other seasons to watch. There are a multitude of movies, and there's another movie coming soon. So we can focus our attention to that if we want to watch Thomas, and that's completely fine. So anyway, let's talk about the episode that leaked online. I will not be showing any clips because I would rather not have my channel taken down. I enjoy my channel. I enjoy my monetization status. I'm going to keep it that way. I will not be showing any pictures or clips, anything. If you want to go find it, you can go find it. There are ways to do that, and you can go do that. So anyway, let's talk about it. The intro is okay. It's just a little, clip of Thomas doing loop-de-loops and shows all the characters and whatnot. It's tolerable. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be anywhere near as iconic as the original theme song, or even the second one for season 7, I think. But it is what it is. I mean, it's the whole thing is this way. So it starts out and it shows Thomas with one of these blue coaches, which I guess are just going to be the normal coaches for the whole series. I guess Annie and Clarabelle don't exist, or express coaches. They have all these things for humans, but I don't think we see a single human in the first episode. It's very confusing. But he's like struggling to keep some train track, not even track, but it's just the wooden blocks on the tracks afloat, and you just get an introduction to all of the characters. Diesel comes in being Diesel and says he can do it, but he's not really mean, he's just dumb, I guess. He I don't know, he thinks that he's not really evil, he's just kind of a jerk, I guess, very self-centered and self-absorbed, but I guess Thomas in a way kind of is too. But anyway, I mean, just right from the get-go, what you see is that the trains, I guess it's engines, but they call themselves trains in this, they use their wheels and buffers as hands. So the wooden railway ties fly into the air, and they come crashing down, and Percy takes his wheels and covers them over his eyes. It is one of the most jarring things I think I have ever seen. We expect a certain amount of realism from Thomas. Even with the last few seasons, they would kind of move around on their own, like bump up and down. But this is something. These engines will literally take their wheels off the tracks and pick things up with them. It's so jarring to see. And I guess that's what they're going with now. And it's fine. But I feel like we're just at the point where we want Thomas to be anything but an engine. We want him to be a person. Because that's just what it is. It's so weird. Then Gordon comes in and he jumps over some of the railroad ties and breaks his rear coupler, and Thomas and Diesel have a race to see who can deliver the cargo the fastest. And, I mean, it's just your basic kids plot. They do some singing in it, where he goes like, I'm gonna chug, I'm gonna chew, and then he says another thing after that kind of rhymes with it. And I get Daniel Tiger vibes from this show. They want to try to sing a little bit and rhyme and everything. It's not nearly as bad as the Sharon Miller rhyming, I believe, but it's just kind of weird. It's not something you expect from Thomas at all. I don't know, but it's just your basic kids show. I mean, that's really all it is. They go. Thomas runs into trouble. Diesel blows some smoke, and he changes him to the wrong track, and he goes off and flying off and crashes into some mud, and they pick him up, and they regain confidence, and they go back, and they get back to Diesel, and then they go up it's just a mess. I guess I forgot to get to the hill, and Thomas goes down the hill, and Percy, these engines can raise themselves like they're on stilts to avoid oncoming other engines. It's also very jarring. And like if they crash or something, they can land and their wheels will go flat. It's so weird. It is so weird. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad, but it's just weird. Weird for someone that's grown up with Thomas their entire life. And just seeing Gordon's wheels flat and just seeing them, they can jump from track to track and they can flip around and they can do all sorts of stuff. And it just makes me wonder, why do we even have tracks? There's no need. I mean, if they can pick stuff up with their wheels, they can go up and down, and there's no need. They're essentially just cars. They're essentially just humans, to be honest. Because they can turn around and wiggle and all sorts of things, which, I mean, it is what it is. They're trying to make it very animated and just like a normal kid show now, and I just don't think that's what appeals to kids that are gonna like trains. If a kid likes trains, this doesn't really seem like something that they would like. That's just me. But anyway, Thomas learns that he needs to keep his promise, and he picks up all of the cargo that comes out of the cars, and Diesel loses a bunch of it, and he picks it all up, and Gordon's like, hooray, thank you, and you kept your promise, and just all sorts of stuff. By the way, Gordon can move his tender on his own, which seems really weird because he acts like it's his butt. I just think that's really strange. But I mean, that's it. That's really it. Diesel can blow black smoke a lot, and Percy is like a toddler, and there's a couple new characters. I don't even remember their names. One of them's like a crane, and another one is like the crane's daughter, but she can have like a robotic arm come out of her front and pick things up and act like a hand and an arm. It's strange. But I mean, it is what it is. It's just hard to get really angry about it because it's not for me. Like, I'm not angry about it. It's just kind of disappointing that they're going in this direction, but I get it. At the end of the day, it's harmless. I mean, it's a kid's show. I mean, what are we going to do about it? It's not for us. It's not. But just a few other things, I guess. Looks like Cranky was in the intro, and that's pretty cool. We haven't seen any of the other characters like Emily or James or even Sir Topham Hatt. So hopefully they'll show up at some point. The engine's voices, I don't really have a problem with Diesel or any of the new engines. I guess they just sound like toddlers though, it's just kind of weird. Percy's voice just really is strange to me. Thomas's isn't terrible, but I don't know. Gordon's is fine, but it's just really, really different hearing them talk like a child. Aside from that, I will say there is a point when they first start singing and then Diesel starts singing, and I literally laughed out loud. It was, I mean, really not in a good way, but I literally laughed out loud. It is what it is. I mean, it was a fine episode for an introduction, I guess. I wish they kind of would have introduced the new characters more, but whatever. I'm sure this is what the entire season is going to be like. I'll probably watch all of them whenever they actually release, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on it, but I don't think there's much I'm forgetting. I mean, there's a lot to forget. It's just very forgettable. if I had watched this when I was a kid, I don't think I would have cared. The fascination for me was that they were steam trains, and they're barely steam trains in this reboot or whatever you want to call it. So, whatever. So, I guess that's it. I guess that's all I really got to say. I mean, I'm sure other people are going to be screaming angry mad, and that's fine, but it is what it is. It's literally just a kid's show. There's no need to scream to the heavens about it. I just kind of wanted to talk about it, kind of spill my guts, kind of vent about it a little bit. At the end of the day, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, because it's just a kid's show. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye.